Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Going to let everyone come in. And let's see here. All right. Where do I want to start today? We're going to start with some tarot, I think. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome in, mi amors. This is a very impromptu live. This is very impromptu. Hello, beloveds. Welcome in, light workers. Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm looking for a deck that I need. Hello, loves. Welcome in. Takes a few minutes for everyone to get their notifications. There she is. There she is. Mary Magdalene. I'm doing this live and Yeshua, Mary Magdalene, and it's for them. Okay, it's for all of us right now, but hello from Tucson. Hello, Arizona. Hello, welcome. All right, so this is like an impromptu random live. We won't be on here very long at all. But I wanted to do a reading real fast, and I wanted to tune in because, well, you guys saw the title. France is on fire. The south of France is on fire. The south of France are very sacred lands. I'm co-hosting a Magdalene retreat in the south of France in September. At the end of September. Okay. And now the lands are burning. So what's weird about this is that I was kind of having this feeling, and I mentioned it to my mom the other day about like the retreat and stuff, but I was having this feeling about like, you know, because I'm seeing all over the world like certain like places, etc., but I wasn't necessarily seeing that, but I was like where dark attacks are happening and where they are attacking the earth and the earth grid, and very sacred places that are ancient, hold a lot of power, hold a lot of history, and the south of France is that. The south of France is that. So this is on purpose. These attacks, these fires, just like the fire that happened in Maui last year, 2 years ago, and then we had the LA fire in the Palisades or whatever. That was on purpose. The weather modification that they are doing, the narrative that they're trying to sell to everyone, and a lot of humans fall for, is global warming. So they are you know, oh, it's global. Even with these fires, the propaganda, it's sickening. It's sickening. So this is what we're here for, mi amores. That's why I was like calling all light workers, because that's why we're here. We came here for where, like, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. All of a sudden, everyone on earth is like, what's going on with the weather? Why are we getting all these crazy, like, you know, it's crazy weather in places that don't usually get crazy weather. There's snow happening where usually it doesn't snow. Like in LA, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's 222 here in California as I'm channeling this also, and we're starting here. So I'm calling all light workers, because right now is the moment we need to be embodying who we are and why we came here. And I'm going to guide everyone on how to do that. If you're newer to your journey, if you're like, well, I want to help, but I'm not sure, because they attacked the Magdalene lands. They attacked the sacred lands of the priestesses of the rose, the brothers of the rose. And they chose to start it. It's all very planned, and, you know, before they execute on their demonic devil plans to wipe out like certain places, etc. They started the fire in a little town in the south of France, and it's a very rural area, and there's a lot of, it's summertime, so it's dry. There's a lot of brush and trees and vegetation. And what they did was they created high winds through weather modification, started and planted the fire, and then created the winds, and it just set ablaze. It is the biggest fire that has happened since like the 1940s, for decades and decades and decades. This is a direct attack only a few days before the Lionsgate portal peaks. This is a straight attack. This is a political move, and this is straight up government. And if you go and you read the headlines for this fire, I'm going to put them up here. Okay, so if you're just joining us, France, they've attacked France. France is on fire. When I say they've attacked, I mean the dark forces. Okay? These are sacred lands. Sacred lands. These are the lands where Yeshua and Mary Magdalene had their family, had their children, lived out the rest of their days. There are sacred, I mean, there's portals and energy vortexes and gateways and cathedrals and caves and all kinds of stuff. So the very place that we are meant to do our Magdalene retreat in the south of France is, you know, it's been set ablaze. It's been set ablaze by the government, and they are trying to, in the headlines, if you click on like videos and stuff, it'll be like, how did the fire start? And then you click on like the thing, and all it does is talk about like the rural area and, oh, such and such, who's in charge, and the what's the prime minister of France said this, and listen what the prime minister, or whatever they call him, whoever he is, of France, I think it's prime minister or whatever, his exact words and narrative that he's trying to sell, which confirms even further. Yep, Canada's victims too. Yes. Listen, this is where we come together. This is where we come together. And I'm going to pull a reading on this real quick, and I'm going to directly ask about the attacks and Lionsgate and their, you know, we're going to see through the cards and messages about this as well. But I'm telling you right now, and this is, we've seen it. We've already been seeing it, you guys. The erratic weather all over the world, the earthquakes and tsunami warnings for Hawaii and Oregon and Washington, and earthquakes in Alaska and tsunamis here, and, you know, snowing in LA, or, you know, fires in Canada, you know, they are very, very, very much. So what they're doing is they are attacking places that hold a lot, like sacred portals, places that are very powerful, where ley lines run through them, just, okay, like different stuff like that. So it is not even a question. This is not an accident. This is a direct, intentional attack. And this, I'm sorry to say, is just the beginning. It really is. It really is. They're going to continue to be attacking our lands. It doesn't matter where you live in the world. And so guess what, you guys? We are what stands in between of all that. We are the ones to transmute this, alchemize it. Yes, you can do it from sitting in your bedroom, wherever you're at in the world right now. You can do it from work. You can do it, you know, sitting in your backyard. You can do it from your couch. Right now, we need to step up and work together. All right, so which deck do I want to start with? Well, first of all, when I clicked live and I was like looking for some cards that I wanted to use, and I was looking for Yeshua and Mary out of one deck. I wanted to pull them out and put them front and center, because right now it's like just so crazy. It's just so crazy, you guys. I've been seeing stuff. So if you're new here, a part of my gifts is prophecy of the earth. So like if you've been with me for a little while, like everything that's happening right now, I talked about and prophesied like 2-3 years ago on this channel, and I talked about it in videos and on live streams. So a lot of like my OG people, you guys know what I'm talking about. But if you're new here, I'm just filling you in a little bit. Thank you, mi amores, for being here. Thank you for your love and support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yep, wildfires everywhere, not just France, I know. But the reason why France is so important right now, and the reason why I'm coming on and doing this, is because we're supposed to go to France in September for the Magdalene retreat in the south of France. And that's exactly where they specifically attacked the lands there. So the lands there are very, very powerful, very sacred. They hold so much healing. The water, the just everything, especially the water. So it's bad. It's really bad. So what we're going to want to do is we're just banding together. We're just locking our arms together. And we're going to lock our arms, like picture yourself and use your third eye. These are where we use our gifts, and this is where we use our light work. You do some breath work, right? But, you know, envision yourself locking arms. We're locking arms. You're locking arms with my arm. I lock arms with the next person's arm, and we're going to lock arms. And there's so many of us locking arms. So many of us. So many of us locking arms that we create a chain, right? We create this beautiful chain. And we are wrapping this link of beautiful light souls and starlights all around the world. So we're essentially creating a chain of ourselves to wrap around the entire planet. So use those beautiful gifts of yours, of imagination right now. You got to use your imagination. You got to tap in and really, like, your wild imagination. You got to see it. You got to see it and anchor it in. You got to visualize it and anchor it in. As you visualize it and you start to really see it and feel it, I want to cry, because I'm seeing it and feeling it. And we are actively locking arms and doing that right now in this moment. I want you to see all kinds of different people as you're wrapping, you know, our locked arms around, right? Like the people that you're seeing, right? Like we're seeing so many different cultures and so many different races, and all kinds of people dressed differently. We have everyone, right, who is a starlight, locking arms. Because we, on a soul level, we carry a different frequency, you know? We carry something ancient, strong. All right. So we've locked arms, and we have millions of people with their arms locked, all as one. And we are wrapping around Mother Earth right now. And as we are wrapping around Mother Earth, you can even maybe feel it like this within yourself. So everything is one. So you could be like locked arms and in this circle wrapping around Earth. And at the same time, simultaneously, you could visualize and see yourself, your own self, hugging around the Earth. Your arms stretch. And you hold the Earth. While simultaneously, you're still in the circle wrapped around the Earth with everyone else. And we're holding her. And in this moment, she's not like a planet. She's like a baby. She's someone you love. She's something that is just so dear to you, that is a part of you like a child. And you just send love. And you send that energy of, I got you. I'm protecting you. Nothing's going to hurt you. Nothing's going to hurt us anymore. I don't want you to worry. And we're sending love and light as we're wrapped around everyone who's locked arms, and your body's like it's like a lantern. Your body starts to glow white light and emanate white light from the inside out. For all my 80s babies out there, remember the glowworm? When you were a baby, I had a glowworm. Remember, you press it and the whole thing glows and lights up, the glowworms? Today we are the glowworm. Today we are the glowworm, and everything is lighting up. We are lighting up. Our arms are full of white light. Like they just look like a big glowy arm. And we're infusing all of that white light into the earth together as one. Feeling the earth's heartbeat and pulse very softly. Boom, 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 boom. And then you tune into your own heartbeat. And then you can feel and hear her heart and your heartbeat merging as one. Boom, boom, boom. And we want to just send so much love from your heart directly into hers. Yeshua and Mary Magdalene, all souls of the Magdalene lineage, of the Isis and Hathor lineages, we call upon you. We call upon you to come together now and to rise and to anchor your light and to bring healing into the earth grid. Come be with us now. For they have attacked the homeland of Yeshua and Mary. And a lot of you guys, you are feeling all of this, right? Not just the France fires, but everything. You're feeling everything because stuff that you're not even aware of that's going on in the world, you are affected by it because you are an empath, because you feel everything. In this moment, we tap into our mind, our attention, and our hearts as our arms are wrapped around earth, and as we see ourselves connecting and seeing everyone around the earth. We see the light pouring in to every corner, every part of the earth, going through the ocean floor and the water of the ocean, The ocean turns into a beautiful white light. The waves, everything is clearing through the waters and then to the shorelines, the beaches, everything white, light glowing through the mountains, valleys, through all the trees and all the plant life, through the deserts and forests, and through the cities, and we send light through every building, every home, clearing away darkness and shadows that lurk, energies that wish to do harms. We send light into political buildings and structures all over the world. We send love into every political building and structure, every structure housing politicians who are making these calls. We send loving light. We blast them with it. See yourself blasting the light out. See yourself lighting up big buildings in your cities, places you've been and seen. And now we have the whole earth and ourselves as one, emanating this beautiful white light. Everything is lit up. And I want us all to feel the frequency of this in this moment. Just breathe, take a deep breath in, just exhale. You're exhaling all of this madness, this corruption. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. We are fed up. But we are not going to buy into the game of rage and anger and feed their demonic energies and power. We are going to starve the beast. Right now, starting now, we are starving the beast. And us alone, us light workers here, there's 8 billion people walking this planet. And it is not a very large percentage of that is light workers here. Star seeds and angelics, earth angels, ancient souls, druids, hybrids, blue rays, indigos, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you resonate as, whatever your power is, whatever your gifts are. This is a call to action. We are here to protect and defend our lands. We are here to proclaim, to reclaim our divine sovereignty that has been taken through the false matrix. Our freedom. We are not free at all. We live in an open air prison, controlled by tyrants. And the only way that it ever stops is when we make it stop. Through our healing, through pouring in self-love, through putting it out into the world in collective compassion, forgiveness, love, forgiving the unforgivable. This is the work of ascended masters. This is the work that they did, that we are here completing, that we are here fulfilling. He and she ascended into true form, loving the unlovable and forgiving the unforgivable. what you see, the most horrific, horrible things in this world. Because listen, all of these things, the weather, right? The weather like all the cloud seeding and weather modifications that they're doing. Listen, Mother Earth does not need. That's how arrogant humanity is. That's how selfish and arrogant and greedy humanity is and has gotten. Humans think that they hold the power to, right? Like Mother Earth, she doesn't need your help. She doesn't need assistance. What it is these are all steps to a very dark plan that is unfolding, that they are wanting to unfold. There is an agenda here. Everything happening in the world, this is why. The dark agenda. Yes, parasites can't feed without the host. We are cutting the head off the snake. And don't worry, we're still here, over here in this like beautiful ethereal bubble, somewhere in the 5D, right here. We're all of us are still, all of us are linked right here. Okay, so this is like another, okay, so everything we did. So right here is the world, and we're all still linked, and it's all still lit up. But I'm also hopping over here, and we're going to talk about this too. So I want you to know that the whole time I'm pulling cards right now, because I'm about to start pulling cards on all of this corruption. I'm going to start pulling cards. We're gonna see what the cards have to say, what the universe has to say. I might get dinged for this. That's why, listen, I've been saying over the last like couple of weeks that I really am called. I want to start doing offline readings about this kind of stuff, because I want to go deep, and I want to name names, and I want accountability. I want the accountability. So I want to dig deep into it with my gifts and cards, but they have to be offline because I can't do a lot of that here on YouTube. So I don't know. This live may get dinged. So if you're here and you see it, you're meant to see it. Hi guys, thank you, welcome. This is like so like impromptu, but the reason why is because, you know, fires started in France yesterday, in the sacred south of France, the lands, and it's just crazy. It's like in decades, it's the biggest wildfire. It's not wildfire. It was a fire that was started on purpose. And so the sacred home and lands of Yeshua and Mary are burning. And this is happening everywhere. We know that. And so we can't just sit back anymore and go, oh my gosh, that's terrible. Oh my gosh, that is so sad. Oh my gosh, I'm praying for everyone who lives there. And you know, like, no, I mean, that's great. Thank you. But now we are light workers. We came here to kick effing ass. To alchemize and eradicate all of this from the earth. But they are so desperate, and they've lost. They have lost. It's like when you take a toy away from a toddler and they throw a tantrum. That's exactly what is happening here with the dark agenda. They have lost. They are highly advanced in a lot of, obviously they've made Earth the prison planet for eons. They are highly advanced in a lot of ways. But I don't know if it's intellectually, but because they are like soulless, they are like socially, like they are not, like they lack all that. They have zero empathy. They do not have empathy. They do not have compassion. They do not have love. They don't care. So we are freeing everyone, right? We're freeing our ancestors and our lineage, but we're freeing Earth. When I picked up this deck, you guys, because I wanted, this deck is a heavy hitter deck. I rarely ever use this deck. You'll see why in a moment, but it's very intense. And so I don't need to use it a lot, but right now I'm going to use it. And the card that when I picked it up and I split the deck open, because I always do that. I will split the deck open. For me personally, when I split a deck open, whatever card I see when I split it, that is like a really powerful message for me, or for whatever. Or if I'm doing a personal reading and I do that and I'm called to do that. Oh, you know, like I'm being called to split the deck and see. Anyways, God, listening, and concealment. But it's the 5 of Wands. That's a fighting energy and battle energy. It's also a very competitive and jealous energy. It can be. These dark energies are competitive and evil and selfish. And it literally says politics. Politics and ambition. Their ambition is dark. They don't care about us. They don't care about the people they supposedly represent. They don't care. And it's not every single politician out there, by no means. There are a lot of good ones, just like there's good cops and bad cops, good judges and bad judges. Same thing with lawyers or whatever else, doctors. And politics and ambition wins judgments and protects all those who seek the truth. So this is a message confirming, okay, that what's happening right now in France. Whoa, what was that? My incense holder that I have laying back here behind this box just like fell off the desk. It had to have been like pushed off the desk by an energy, because there's no flipping way that just fell. It's like, I'll show you. It's just one of these like little cheapy ones, you know, but it sits like perfectly back there and it has like plenty of room. Do you see what I mean? So it's not like a situation where it was hanging or it would, you know, like, and it just, or, you know, like how does a flat on a, you know, how does it just fall off? It wasn't, it was pushed. And those of you guys who have been with me, you guys have seen that kind of stuff happen in my readings before. Even not that long ago, I was doing a reading and like, I think it was the Queen of Pentacles, like a spirit moved her, twisted her, and like moved her and pointed her towards one of the readings in the spread. It was really cool when it happened. I didn't even notice it. A subscriber pointed it out, but it was really neat. Like, anyways. Oh my gosh. Did you just hear that? That was on my front porch. Now something else fell. Did you guys hear that? That boom, boom. Ay, ay, ay. Hi, just seen this fully on board. Yay, Mary Magdalene didn't just sit there, neither shall we. Yep. Yeah. Yep. And listen, you guys, for a lot of you guys on my channel, you carry the blood of them or descendants of them. Like they are your ancestors as well as ascended masters for a lot of, I don't want to say a lot, but for a good amount of souls on earth, like we came back and we carry the blood of them. They had children. The whole Bible thing, like, yeah, he was killed on the cross and yeah, he resurrected, but he like got the F out of Dodge. Like he basically like astral traveled, like, you know, he left and went to France. So yeah. But that's what I mean. This is their home. This is their home. This is where they live their lives. Like this is like Magdalene's teaching and Mother Mary's teaching, and like there's just so much. So it's really sick, really sick. And I knew it though. So that's what I was going to say was the retreat, you know, so I mean, as far as everything, like the retreat is fine because we're supposed to be going to this exact place and locations in the south of France for the Magdalene retreat that we're doing the end of September. And I literally, like 3 days ago, like what was it, Monday? Not even 3 days ago, like Monday, I guess, or Sunday, I was talking to my mom and we were talking about the retreat, and I was like talking about stuff that like I need to get together, stuff I got to do, and you know, cuz I still haven't purchased my plane ticket, and you know, but where I'm flying into Barcelona, Spain, and so it's cheaper. Anyway, so I was like trying to figure all that out, and I was like, I don't know why, Mom. I was like, but I keep getting this feeling like something like this is like something might happen that like prolongs the retreat, or something about the land, or you know, maybe like an earthquake. I don't know. Like I was just like, I feel like something might happen where it could, you know, maybe disrupt our retreat, like a dark interference. And then I was like, you know, I was like, well, of course, like I was like, it was just something that I was feeling. I wasn't necessarily seeing anything because I usually will get a vision, but I wasn't seeing anything, but I felt something. And then I was like, well, I don't want that to happen. I don't consent to that, you know? And then I was sending love and like protection and stuff like that. And then literally like 2 days later, like or like the next day, actually, the fires begin. Okay. Yes. So yes, we have a lot of really powerful souls here on this channel. Like this is not like a typical like tarot, you know, and I'm not saying anything bad about other readers out there, because, you know, some people, that's just their work. Like they're just meant to like pump out cards or whatever, right? But like here, this is a soul ascension channel. Like you're going to receive truth, guidance, channeling, messages from ascended masters like them, archangels, you know, whatever it is. And then also divine union messages, twin flame. I'm a twin flame. So a part of my mission is to be a light and a way shower to the twin souls and the journey of twin flame. But anyways, it's just a little different of a vibe. So I attract ancient energy. And yes, wherever the light goes, the darkness will follow. Abso-freaking-lutely. And the light irritates the demons. Our light will always trigger the demons. And guess what? In the south of France, where all of the sacred sites are, the cathedrals and churches and Mary Magdalene's cave and other places, you know, that, okay, like they have retreats and pilgrimages there all the time. So there's like people right now that are there that are tourists that are touring and pilgrimaging through there for her and for, you know, for him and for the lineage and for their soul, and you know what I mean? Okay. So I'm not going to use this deck, but I just thought it was crazy that the first thing they showed me was politics. Like, bam, like just confirmation. You know, and of course, people who are still asleep or in that, like, you know, sleepy consciousness, like we all used to be, that's what they think. They think that all this is global warming, and they're buying into the narratives. And that's another thing. We are infusing this globe, like we are just sending in so much light and love and healing. And we are sending in loving prayers of awakening the hearts, the sacred hearts, the cosmic hearts of all souls upon earth. And until then, and as we move through this, we are going to anchor our light and our love. We are going to hold the sacred space, and we are going to be the pillar of lights that free and protect the rest of humanity and each other. Because listen, they're going all over the world, and the US, if you're in the United States like me, there's sacred places all over the world. Australia is a very powerful place. New Zealand, very powerful place. Places in Asia, lots of powerful places. The Middle East, absolutely. But very specifically, Europe, the Mediterranean, Spain, Italy, Greece, all these sacred ancient lands that hold so much knowledge and wisdom and energy. And the United States is really powerful land. Really powerful land. There is some really powerful stuff here. And ultimately, that is kind of the agenda, is to wipe out the United States and have, like, basically make it like their own, like, prison country thing that they run. It's very, like, if you've seen The Hunger Games, the movie The Hunger Games, it's exactly that. It is exactly that. So, you know, kind of in a nutshell, that's kind of like their agenda. Or if you are, you know, like me, I used to love watching the show American Horror Story. Yep, Egypt. Yep, Egypt. Absolutely. You know, I mean, Egypt and sacred places and the desert and stuff like that. I mean, it's all sand and desert out there, so it'd be kind of hard for a fire. So they've got to do something else. The Nile River is right there. I don't know. Flooding, earthquake, I don't know. And, you know, the stuff that's happening with, like, the earthquakes and tsunami, you know, that is not the weather. That is what they're creating. And not to mention what they're doing under the ocean that's creating that. Okay, so I'm very monitored on what I can say. So, hey, all right. Let's get a couple messages from other ascended masters and spiritual guides right now in regards to all of this. So don't worry. I mean, I'm not like they're worried. They're there. They're protecting. They're doing work, you know. But I'm just like, and, you know, my beloved sister and brother, Stellar and John, I mean, they are, you know, that's where they live. Like, they live right there. So she's emailing me and she's like, I didn't even know that the fire started yesterday until she just told me in email. She's like, I'm going to bed, sister. She's like, but, because she was like, I need your phone number. I need your phone number. And I wasn't like, I hadn't gotten back to her about my phone number. And then she was like, she's like, there's fires in France. She's like, our bags are packed, basically, like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what? Okay. So, and that just happened like an hour ago. So that's why I'm here doing this live. Melchizedek, divine knowledge. Melchizedek is very, like, they're very connected, these sacred brothers of the Melchizedek order. And brothers of the rose, divine masculines. There's a lot of masculines and feminines connected to these lineages. But Ascended Master Melchizedek, higher learning, commit to your vision through study. You know what this is for me, though? For me, what he's saying here is higher learning, commit to your vision. Right now, commit to your vision like we just did. And like, again, we still, again, over here in this like ethereal 5D bubble, that's still happening. That's the beauty of spiritual work and energy work. I mean, you can have something going on over here and then come over here and tune in, and this is still happening. Commit to your vision of healing. Like right now, carve out maybe 10 minutes in your day, make it very intentional. Put it on your little your calendar, your Google calendar or whatever, okay? Like a reminder. Time to anchor. Alarm goes off. Boom, 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 boom. Right on your phone, your iPhone alarm, and it's like okay, 10 minutes, time to anchor. And as these light work, because this is why we came, right? So this is what we came here to do. We are why that's why they call us warriors. Warriors are not like, oh, I'm just gonna sit on the sidelines and get angel numbers all day, and you know, like that's not the work they did, and that's not like, you know. So right now with Lionsgate, I'm telling you, I've been saying this, that Lionsgate was like, Lionsgate, I'm saying was, because for me energetically, I'm past all this. Like for me, I'm living in like October. That's how it is for me energetically. I feel like I'm like a few months ahead, which is good because I'm tuning into a lot of like incoming, like what's happening. So I accidentally said that, but it wasn't an accident, because that's kind of how I feel. Like I've already gone through the Lionsgate portal. So you guys might feel that. You guys might be feeling some of that too. Like you're ahead of the current timelines. And that's because you are. And that could feel really weird also, because you are ahead of the current timelines. So it's kind of like weird, because you're like in this place that hasn't quite come in or manifested in the 3D yet. But you're seeing all the things, you're getting all the information, you're tuning in. Christina says, I'm in October too. I'm so glad you said that. Yay. Yeah. See, I know I'm not the only one, because you can feel it. You just know it. You just feel it. You know it. I swear. And I'm not being biased, because October is my favorite month. Because October is my favorite month. Fall is my favorite season. October is my favorite month. I am a Libra. My birthday is in October. It's the 8th. But that's not why I don't care about my birthday. I've never been that person that cares about that kind of stuff. I just don't care about my birthday like that at all. But anyways, but I love it because of the feeling and this energy. Like I already am buying fall candles. I have like fall scents in my house. I've already been watching scary movies. Like that's where I'm at. I literally am already like I'm in Halloween. I'm ready. It's like that. So I love that. Thank you. I love that you're feeling that too. Yep. Yes. Got the chills like in fall. Bingo. Yep. Absolutely. And I can smell it in the air too. My psychic smelling is also very futuristic. So even though it's summer right now, there's cornfields and like it's summer energy. Like when I walk outside, I don't smell the current energy. It's like I do. I know this sounds funny, but it's true. And if you know, you know. What I smell is the smell of fall. That's what I smell. I smell fall. I smell the fall air. I smell harvest. Anyways, the reason why I don't remember why I started talking about that. But anyways, because Lionsgate, that's why this is happening, right? Because they're trying to sabotage and do all this stuff because of, you know, I don't remember why I was saying that. Okay, look at this. Check it out. Hilarion. I think it's Hilarion. Like Hilarion. Like Hilarion. Divine emergence. It's time for you to emerge in your divinity. Like this is like full on Care Bear, blasting light. Like, but please, 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 Amors. Do this daily right now. Carve out time every day right now, please. Because this is what we came here to do. Everything we've been going through, the initiations, everything, this is why. This is why. So we could be anchored in light, so we could know more of the truth, so we could see very clearly, so we can hold a space for humanity and others of love and calm and compassion. Because listen, this is kind of just the beginning of things that we're starting to see. And I am going to be doing a reading offline in the next few days, probably, that I've been wanting to do. And it's a reading all about like the timelines and, you know, like WW3, World blank 3. You guys know what I'm talking about, okay? A lot of people are in fear and, oh, we're already in it and it's already happening and all these things. But I see something different. I see something different with my vision and prophecy. So I'm going to be doing a reading about that to tune people in or just bring awareness to what I'm seeing and what you know, and then we'll do a reading all about it. Because this stuff is important. Anyways, it's time to be seen. Let the world know your gifts. There it is. There it is. Okay? And then Thoth, the teacher awakens. So this is confirmation that like now this is like, you know, a lot of you guys tuning in, you're like, well, I'm a light worker and, you know I have gifts and I know this and that. But maybe you're like, I don't know exactly where I'm at yet with like what I'm supposed to do necessarily or this or that or whatever. This is what you're supposed to be doing right now. So all of us right now, I'm just the conduit. That's it. This is like as above, so below. This is coming from the 5D down to you through me, right? This is the guidance. We must step into our warrior energy. It's time to be seen. That doesn't mean, you know, but like let's say you hold back from posting certain things or talking about certain things on your Facebook because you have family, friends, maybe coworkers or whoever, and you're like, I just don't post stuff like that because, you know, people are going to think I'm weird or woo-woo and they're not going to get it. And, you know, that is exactly what they're talking about, being seen and living in your truth, authenticity. That's also tied to your throat chakra. When you hold back and you dim yourself and you don't post things because of what maybe you think, or you don't share things or say things because of what other people are going to think, or that is, you're dimming yourself and you're living in fear and you're not living truly authentically within your truth, and your throat chakra is blocked. So it's time to clear the throat chakra. It's time to be seen. It's time to wave the freak flag and anchor in that light and love and say, I don't care what you think or you think or you think. With love, I send each of you guys love. But I don't care what you have to say. It's time to let the world know your gifts. It's time to let the world know that you are a spiritual being just like everyone else. It's time to be that divine mirror and reflection. I keep hearing like social media, like Instagram and Facebook. So even like on your personal, like Instagram and Facebook, if you are a light worker, it's time to embody and be seen as the light. Because all of that will have a ripple effect on every single energy that like watches you or tunes in. It will plant seeds that resonate on a soul level with each and every individual, even though their unconscious, you know, brain, ego goes, that's so stupid, or what a crazy person, or oh, she's lost it, or he's lost it, you know. That's projection. That's a trigger and projection. That's a trauma response, by the way. So once you get anchored enough and gritted enough and anchored in your embodiment of ascension and where you're at, etc., that kind of stuff doesn't affect you. That stuff does not, it's been a long time now for me. That stuff doesn't affect me. It just doesn't. It has no, it's just like water on duck feathers. It just rolls right off. But that's not an easy place to get to, right? It really isn't. So right now, this is how we're going to anchor more light. This is what we're doing. We're being seen. We're stepping up. We're speaking truth. We're anchoring and gritting our light and being intentional daily to send love and healing light and transmutation of darkness and corruption and all these things, toxicity and everything. And we're going to be intentional every day and send that light out from our bodies, see our bodies light up and glowing, and then that light emanating from us, and even picturing the light coming down from the ethers down through your crown chakra, boom, lighting up your whole head, boom, going down your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your torso, your hips, your legs, down, down, down. The light just keeps, right? This beautiful column of light. And then you see it down through your feet, and then bam, it anchors into the earth grid. Okay? And then you see that light when it goes through your feet, light up the ground, and it lights up the ground around you. It's just what we did just now with the earth. And then you're going to send all that loving light and healing and protection. Anything that's unaligned, anything that's not of the highest good of all, it's meant to be transmuted with this light. That is the intention you infuse into the light. And you send, babies, you send that light all the way out into your neighbors' houses, down your street, around the corner. You send it through your city, your town. You send it through your state or your province or your county. And you send it out through, you know, and you just keep going until the whole earth is wrapped in that light. And the whole earth is wrapped in light that is anchored from and coming from you. Okay. All right, so now before we hop off, now before we go, I'm going to ask a few questions with the tarot cards. I already know the answers, but I just want to see the cards, responses. I think I'm going to use Game of Thrones tarot, actually. Yeah, I'll use Game of Thrones tarot. And I do have a few readings uploading for you guys too, by the way. It's the one is probably done uploading. As soon as I'm done, look at that. These dark, dark magicians. Look at this. Look at that. What did I say? What did I say about splitting the deck? I said when I split the deck, it's always, always right on the money with what I'm channeling, a vision I had. Like, because it's confirmation, right? Like I split the deck seeking confirmation about what I'm tuning into. So there we go. This is the Game of Thrones tarot. So those of you guys who are GOT fans, you probably watch House of Dragons too. I can't wait for the House of Dragons to start again. But anyways, I'm a major, like diehard Game of Thrones fan. I'm like one of those people where like every episode, every season, I can like recite every single line and thing they say. It's like that. This guy right here, he is the king. He is the leader of the army of the dead. So it's like his army is all dead people that he has resurrected. And they live like in the very, very north. It would be like here on Earth. They live like in Antarctica. I mean, like the North Pole, Antarctica, like that. Okay, see the ice? Because he's soulless. He's soulless. His only mission, his only reason to be like, I guess, not alive, but you know what I mean. Like he's alive, but he died at some point. And he's not like a zombie because he has intelligence and he's, you know, he's smart. Like he's, you know what I mean? So it's different in the show, but he is cold as ice. King of Swords. The only mission for these tyrants is money. See, and in the show, this guy right here, his name is Lord. He becomes a Lord. Lord Peter Baelish is his name in the show. And he is also greedy, selfish, out for himself, narcissistic, and evil. And in the end, karma wins, because it always does. And in the end, love and life win over the evil, dead energies here. Yes, Littlefinger. Yep, that was his nickname, Littlefinger. Yep, that's what everyone called him, exactly. So I love this deck because it's an awesome deck even if you haven't watched the show. But if you have watched the show and you see it and I'm like using it to channel, I love it because you can feel the energy of what I'm talking about because you've watched the show. You know his character. You know what happened here. Like you feel it on that level. You know what I mean? So when I say he is a trickster, he is a trickster. He's like the silver-tongued devil, and his agenda is always himself and money and power. That's what he wanted. So his agenda ultimately was to trick his way through the top and become the king. He wanted the throne. But he had a lot of obstacles in the way to get there. So at every corner, he was screwing people over and getting people killed and like, unalived. And you know what I mean? These are the energies that are doing all this. So that's confirmation right there, first of all. Thank you, Spirit, for always backing it up. Five of Swords, bottom of the deck. See, you can't win with this much love and healing and balance upon earth now. You can't win. You're done. You're done. Five of Swords. Defeat. False victory. Self-sabotage. That's exactly, like, they think they're all big and mighty, but look at them now. Look at them now. Look at them now. And look what's after this card here of, you know, sabotage and, you know, all the things. It's like in the end, you lose. And you feel like shit because you've hurt a lot of people along the way. That's kind of like what, you know, not him, not Brandon's, not him. But like how he feels right now is he trusted someone and he trusted the wrong person. And then that person came in and did some really bad stuff to his home and his family. And, you know, he's a kid of like a wealthy lord. He's from the Stark family. But these are like basically just pirate thieves working for the person who, you know, so it's the same thing. It's like these dark politicians, a lot of them are infiltrated and they're ran by dark entities, dark lords, very like just evil energy. And so when people start to find out the truth or they see something about someone that, you know, is supposed to protect them and be like this representative of them and help them and be all about the people, that's how it makes people feel. And this right here is how a lot of humanity is feeling right now about these energies. After the Five of Swords is the Empress, followed by the Chariot, and followed by the Hermit. This right here speaks of the spiritual evolution, the grand rising, the uprising. The divine feminine has risen once more upon earth. She is on her throne. In the show, she is the mother of dragons. This is one of her dragons here. She has 3 dragons, and she's the only person in the world that has dragons. So like these kinds of guys, and she uses the dragons in WAR, and she annihilates people and she annihilates armies because they're freaking huge dragons. So him, he's terrified. Everyone's terrified of Daenerys because she's trying to do good in the world. She's going city to city and she's freeing slaves from rich men who keep them and treat them like, you know, this is her mission, is to make things right in the world. So that's why she's on the ocean. She's sailing from place to place to place, like light workers who pilgrimage to sacred sites, Shasta, Sedona, southern France, Mary Magdalene, the Magdalene pilgrimages, and spiritual retreats, or other places, Tulum, and you guys, they're everywhere. We know that, right? So that's what we're doing. So it's like in the show, she's like, you know, like an example of like a light worker and what we're doing. Now, what's cool is many of us actually do work with the dragons, okay? So the dragons, oh my God, you guys, like the dragons, the dragons that protect and live in the lands of southern France and other places that are being attacked, like, woo-wee. Like, these energies right here, okay, this is what's coming for them. This is what's coming for them. I would not want to be in front of that dragon when that dragon is doing that and pissed off. Listen, we're going to start seeing things. Mark my words. The consciousness on earth is evolving enough to where some of these interdimensional beings will start being seen more by the naked eye. Dragons, fairies, you know, elementals, elves, gnomes. There's a lot of people, mermaids. I mean, there's a lot of people that have already seen all this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But we're going to start seeing them more and more and more. We're also going to see a fake out. You guys know that I've been talking like for, you know, I had a vision a few years back. Not a vision, excuse me. I was traveling in the astral realm, and I was visited by two of my my galactic family guides. And one of them, he was a Pleiadian, and he was really tall, you know, very like kind of hermit energy, but he had like very Pleiadian, like he had like silverish white hair. He was very in the face, like handsome from what I can remember, but you could tell he was like old. Like I want to say like this person was probably like 800, a couple thousand years old or something. I don't know, but very ancient energy. I knew I was standing in front of, and like he was communicating telepathically to me. And there was another guide that came through as well, and it was a Syrian, okay, which in our Lionsgate workshop we're doing, our astral travel experience this Saturday on Zoom. That's when we're astral traveling to the Sirius star, and we're going to work with the Syrians, and then we're going to come back down, and we're going to go into a pyramid, into a sacred temple, and we're going to be working with Isis, Mary Magdalene, Yeshua, Merlin, the dragons, all these really powerful beings within that chamber and that temple. So it's going to be really cool. But why was I saying that? Hold on. Because of the Syrians. Thank you. So my Pleiadian guide, but the Syrian was just holding space, and he was like just there. It was the Pleiadian that was talking to me. This Pleiadian was some type of elder or a leader. I don't know. Something like that, right? So he was talking to me telepathically, and he was like, you know, saying things like, you know, like you're doing a, because this is kind of when I very first started my YouTube channel. Like I think in like the first like year or year and a half when I had this vision. I think it was like about a year and a half mark. And so I had already kind of built like a, you know, like a following, but it was, I mean, I wasn't very big. It's, you know, but he was like, you're doing so good, and like you're in alignment with your soul, and like the work you're doing is really like, you know, just like really like loving, like good job, keep going kind of a thing. And then he's like, I want to share with you. He's like, because you're one of the souls that basically will be anchoring calm and love into the earth grid when this happens. So you need to know, so you can start preparing people and kind of like letting people know, and like, you know, so it's not so crazy when it happens, right? Well, the visual and what he showed me, and so he looked over and he points over at the skies, right? And then I could see like the ocean, all this water. It's like we were like on a cliff or something above the water, the ocean. And so he showed me all of the ships. I mean, hundreds of thousands of spacecrafts in the sky, hundreds and thousands, like so many. And they were hovering in the skies very slowly, like just cruising. And they're like side by side, and there's so many, like, and so he was showing me like not too long in the distant future, like i.e. a few years from now, because even when I shared this with you guys like 3 years ago, I was like, it's not happening right now, but it's going to happen. Like it's not right now, but it's gonna happen. And so right now we're in the timelines more so where we're getting closer to that, okay? I think sometime in 2026 we're gonna see it, but I don't know. That's me and what I see. But anyways, so he shows me this, and he's like, it's a phenomenon. So it's going to be viral. When it does happen, it's going to be viral. Like everyone's going to see it. Everyone on earth will see it. It's going to happen it's going to happen. Like everyone's going to see it. There's going to be no room for doubt or questioning or, oh my God, or whatever it is, right? Okay. So I'm sharing that with you guys because that is real. But here's the thing. The people, I gotta be careful. The people who are in charge, okay, and who are messing with the weather and doing all the things that they're doing, okay? They are going, mark my words, they are going to do a fake out. They're going to try to basically, like the vision that I was shown, they're going to try to make something like that kind of happen, where they are building and creating a bunch of spacecraft ships to mimic the galactics. And they will, like, they're going to basically try to do it in a way where it's like an attack, or to you know, to feed the fear of alien and galactics of humanity. That's another thing, okay, that's like on their to-do list or whatever. And I don't think that's too far out either. We already saw some of the weird stuff, like those spacecraft drone things in New Jersey and all that, you know what I mean? Like that, like they're just, I don't know, again, like it's like they're so high intelligence, but they're morons. Like, you know what I mean? At the same time, like they're morons, just like these dark energies here. They might be very advanced in a lot of ways, and like control and manipulation, and like just, okay, obviously they know what they were doing. It worked for a very long time, implementing the church. That's when it like really all began, was, you know what I mean, when they implemented the church. And like, anyways, but like I just said, but they're idiots, they're morons, you know what I mean? So our divine intelligence is beyond. It's beyond. We hold more divine intelligence and intelligence in the tip of our pinky than all of them combined. It's like wild, right? So anyways, so just another little FYI, just a little FYI. Okay, so let's see the messages here, and then I'm going to pop off here in a second. Yeah, out with the crystals, incense, and candles. Hi, Melinda. Hi, love. Yes, I agree. Yeah, painted dolls, 999. I love that. I just like a few days ago, I was at my brother's house, and I was walking into his garage, and there was a little penny on the ground, face up, heads up. And so I bent down to pick it up because I felt called to, and it was $19.99. And I was like, oh, yes, $9.99. So I love that. I've been seeing that. Just confirmation that like the cycle is completed and everything is changing and new is happening. And yes, I agree. Very good cards. Very good cards to describe exactly what's going on in the world right now. I completely agree. They're fantastic. That's part of the reason why I pulled them out like over the last like week or two again, because I was called to like use these for these kinds of purposes. Oh, you have the same Ankh. I love it. Yeah, I got this one on Amazon. It was like $7 or $8, but I got it on Amazon. But it's all infused with good jujus and all kinds of fun stuff to make it, you know. I use it in healings, and, you know, but I have no idea who manufactured it. I have no idea what like the little things on the, you know, I have no, but I took it and I made it magical. Because that's our power. That's what we can do. We can take an inanimate object and infuse it with stuff. We can make it move. You know, we have the ability to look at, you know, I mean, we have the ability to look at a deck of cards and through intention and divine will, set it on fire. Just boop. Or light our candles like a witch, right? Like in witch movies. Like this is the stuff that is real. This is not fake at all. This is all real. This is a part of our abilities. Telekinesis or pyrokinesis, or, you know, things like that. And so now is the time, mi amores. Now is the time to step up and honor. Because you know me, like the rose, like I'm a blue rose priestess. I'm a Magdalene priestess, like through and through and through and through. It breaks my heart, everything that's been happening. It broke my flippin' heart when they attacked Maui. You know, like the politicians of these places are giving the okay, the green light. They're getting paid. They're getting promises. But they also, for some of them, you know, they've gone into the darkness, like they've been infiltrated. They, you know, like people say, they sold their soul in exchange for power, riches, clout, fame, you know, just like P. Diddy. P. Diddy sold his soul a long time ago. So did Jay-Z and Beyonce. A lot of the people that everyone loves, they are dark. They put on a good mask. They wear a really good mask in the public eye, for sure. Everyone loves them. They're so nice. They're a great couple or whatever, right? But like, look at like Diddy. You know, like everything moves in cycles. It's very, actors I think are a little different, but music, you know, that's why a lot of people become producers and stuff, because the music genres, they're constantly changing. So it's really hard to maintain a very successful, it's hard to maintain success in a solid streak like that. But Diddy, he did it. He's been very successful and powerful since, you know, he like came out with his like first albums and Bad Boy Records and all that stuff. And he's maintained his soul, and he even got more famous and richer, and then, you know what I mean? But he got darker, and he started like decaying and rotting inside. And he was taken over by evil and anger and corruption and all the things that go along. It's like, okay, yeah, you can have all this stuff, but the inside of you is going to rot. You know, you're never going to really find true love. You're not going to feel any of that stuff. You're going to be like blocked from it. But you will be famous, and you can have feelings for people, and you can like fall in love to a certain... It is very much like that. And it's like, sign me up. You know? They have no spiritual integrity, no like real integrity in that way. So that's why, like, you know, and then you look at like Beyonce, and, you know, like, I know, like, they do, he's a producer and they do stuff like that, but, it's just really crazy. So anyways, I don't want to get into all that, but this is exactly the kind of stuff that I want to talk about and pull on and do readings about, but I have to do them offline. I have to do them offline and do it in a way where, you know, I provide a link and I'm like, here's the reading. This is what it's about. If you want to purchase it, you can purchase it. But that's the only way I can do it. So, but I think they will help, and I think they're necessary, and I think they will confirm a lot of your guys' gifts and visions and prophecies that you yourself are having. Because I'm not, like, this isn't just me. This is happening to a lot of people. Especially right now with Lionsgate. And I've said this too, it's going to unlock a lot of your abilities. But more, there's a lot of Akashic record activating with this one, with this Lionsgate portal. Like you're going to be tuning in, opening up your Akash, like your past life gifts or past life memories, visions, moments, you know, trauma. It'll like open up, like you'll start remembering more. My kid and I were watching travel vlogs about Paris last night, and to hear about this today, oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah. And like, there's no, like, if you go to the articles where it's like, how did this fire start? You'll see the headline, how fire started, where fire started. And then you go and you read the article, and it's typical journalism, typical bullshit propaganda, where they don't give any, they beat around the bush. They tiptoe around everything. And they don't actually give direct answers. You know? It's so stupid. And then the Prime Minister of France, or whatever he is, his like statement is like, you know, we've got thousands of firefighters, and this is horrible, and this is the worst fires we've seen since 1949. It's been decades, and, you know, my heart is with everyone, and we have one deceased person, and, you know, 13 people have been injured so far, and it just, you know, we're doing our best. And then, of course, the propaganda, which we see this propaganda, it really is so gross on Netflix. Netflix is really, really, really like like the woke community, like woke is not awakened, okay? Woke is very different. Woke is, in my humble opinion, very dark energy, very dualistic, okay? The woke community is all about duality and proving points, ego, falseness, But Netflix is a woke platform, okay, like to view and to stream things on. So they will, in their shows that they put on there or movies they put on there, they're always pushing the agenda through that. So you will always hear in shows right now and things like that, they talk about global warming. Oh, well, because of global warming, of course. They're pushing that agenda. That is a narrative. It is what they've created. Okay, so it's like making a mess and then putting a message out there, lying about the mess that you made, saying someone else made the mess, right? And then you go back and just start making more of a mess. Like, that is exactly what's happening. That's exactly it. We have lived on this planet in so many incarnations, many of us, like, we know her. And we've lived through a lot of different eras and history and periods of time on Earth. We know that Mother Earth does not need help. We know Mother Earth can do her own transmutation and alchemy. Right? Oh, okay. So I'm going to end it here. And I just thank everyone for like just being here and holding space and hanging out. I really appreciate you. And I'm glad that a lot of what I'm saying is resonating. And you guys are like, yup, exactly, yup. Because you guys know the corruption and you see it clearly. So please, for the sacred lands of France, for every place upon earth, because if we walk upon earth, we are, the way that I look at it is my feet are on earth here in California, but since all is one, to me, it's like it's like I'm standing somewhere else in the world at the same time, because it's all connected. So often what I do is like, I'm here in California, but I will breathe, go into like a little bit of a lucid state, meditative, like that, calm, theta, whatever. And then I will transport myself to another place, And when we do that, just like in these workshops, like how we're going to the Sirius Star and working with the Syrians, and then coming back down and working with like her and Isis and everybody, right, in the pyramid. When we do that, we're doing it, it's for real. Like, if I'm sitting here in California and I transport myself to a beach in Hawaii, I'm really there energetically. Does that make sense? I know it does, but so my point with that is us being so powerful in who we are, these beautiful, like, God, goddess, like, we are God's source in a body, in a human body. We are God in a body. We are source in a body. So we must be intentional right now, because if we want to continue, especially if you're like planning to have children, or you have children or grandchildren, and you know what I mean? We are doing this for us, for Earth, for humanity, for the future, for our children and children's children. Because if they get their way, which they're not, they won't, but we have to, I've seen it. I've seen the timelines. I'm not worried at all. I don't have one little ounce of like, oh my God, what is gonna happen? What are we gonna do? And it's freaking apocalypse. Like, that is not me at all. At all, at all. Like, calm. Like, nothing can like this kind of stuff can't freak me out. Those of you guys who are big astral travelers in the 4th dimension, you go into the 4D a lot and you do a lot of your light work there at night when you're asleep. I've been doing so much work in the fourth dimension, like energetically, just in general right now, it's exhausting energetically, right? We are tired, we're exhausted because there's so much happening within our physical vessel, so much energy, everything. Then when you go to sleep at night, when your body's supposed to heal and recharge, you go out of body, but you're doing all kinds of stuff. So you come back into your body in the morning when it's time to wake up, and you wake up and you feel tired. You might even wake up with a little like bruise, or your legs are sore, like what? Like I feel like I ran a marathon, like stuff like that. My arms sore, like what was I doing? Maybe I was throwing something, or I was doing, it's weird. It's weird. But anyways, you are like I'm talking to some big travelers here who kick a lot of ass in the fourth dimension, and what lives and resides in the fourth dimension. The fourth dimension is like the world we see here, okay? But it's very distorted. It's bizarre. It's very distorted and bizarre. Like you might see a dog, right? Oh, there's a doggy. And the dog turns around and maybe the dog has red eyes and gnarled teeth and fangs. Or you see like, your neighborhood or your street, right? In like a dream or whatever you would call it. But it's very distorted and weird. You know what I mean? So anyways, but the fourth dimension is where they reside. Fourth dimension, third dimension, but the 4D. The 5D, that's, so that's why we're ascending, as we ascend higher into the 5D, they literally, because they can't be like in that dimension, they literally, you know what I mean, are being pushed out. And so as they're clawing and scraping every little way they can, and that's why these attacks have been so bad. Psychic attacks on light workers. Work with your dragons, call in protection, because when you call in a dragon and you give the dragon permission to intervene on your behalf, and you call them in for protection, anything like this that tries to come in or infiltrate, they're going to meet the dragon first and they won't be able to cross the line. Same thing when you shield yourself with light, especially when you go to sleep, because the attacks are bad, you guys. I'm working with people daily. People are reaching out, This happened. I feel like there's black magic that happened. I woke up and this happened. And they are clawing and scraping and gouging and doing every little thing they can to stay here. But we came here to redeem this planet and to redeem us and our lineages and the animals and the waters and the mountains and everything. And the ocean life, and you know what I mean? We're not stopping. And like these kinds of things, like this kind of energy, like I've come face to face before with very like dark, parasitic, demonic energies. And when it happens, you guys, I literally am like a little chihuahua. Like I don't back down. Like I really am a warrior. Like I have seen it, and it has happened many times. And that's why I'm here on this channel, and that's why I'm doing the work, and I'm talking and I'm sharing, you know what I mean? I'm trying to light that up for you guys too, and remind you that I'm just another reflection of you, and you have that too, okay? So listen, as we move forward, shield yourself when you go to sleep at night, protection. If you can, before you go to sleep at night, call on Archangel Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel, ask him, help me remember, my astral experiences and my dreams tonight. Help me remember them upon waking in the morning. Help me remember them long enough so I can like write them down or tune into them and, like kind of gauge like what that was about or what that meant. And Archangel Gabriel will help you, absolutely. Absolutely. But using your gifts, lighting up the world every day, please take like just 5 minutes, even just 5 minutes out of the 24 hours to step fully into the light warrior that you are and the embodiment of that you are and that you came here to be. And please grid and anchor the loving light. Please don't do this work if you are going to project anger, resentment, or fear into this. We don't want that anchored in. That's all, like, we're trying to do the opposite. So if you're coming from a place of like fear, then just don't do it right now. Like, just send out love and light, and you know, I'm praying for everyone, but don't do grid work when you're like that. I mean, I'm not here to tell anyone what to do, but I'm just saying it's a really, really not good idea, because all you're doing is anchoring that energy and emotion into the earth. And that's what we're trying to eradicate out of the earth. So, you know, maybe like just do a little breathing and just like put on some good music. Like, get yourself in a place of like, I feel good, right? Like, do what feels good. Get yourself in an energy that feels good, and then go into the space of, okay, now I'm flipping ready. It's like pumping yourself up, like getting yourself ready, like, you know, and then anchor and grid that in and down. Because you have the power. And you, like, these ships, these are her army. And she has a big army. She has like the biggest army. Like, in the show, she's Empress. Full on Empress energy. She knows how to lead people. People respect her and they adore her and love her. But she's just like this little tiny, like 5'2", like woman. But she has warrior men. The hardest warriors in the whole world. In the show, their world is called Westeros. So in the whole Westeros, okay, she had like the hardest men and like soldiers, warriors, like working with her or for her, and they adored her. Like, at one point in the show, she even tells her soldiers, like, she's like, basically at one point, I can't remember what happened, but she's like, listen, she's like, if you feel like you want to go and leave. Oh, that's right, because a lot of the soldiers in her army, they actually used to be slave soldiers that were owned by really rich lords and these men, just really nasty men. And so she would go and she would free them, and she's like, you're working for me now. So she basically took them from underneath those dark, you know, lords, and she gave them the option. She said, you have the option. You can go and you can, you know, live a normal life and get married and have children and a family and, you know, do all the things that you want to do. You're not, you know, a prisoner anymore. And like, out of like, I don't even know, like, I think it was like 5,000 or 10,000 men. Like, not one of them chose to leave her, because they saw what she was doing. And this is the kind of dedication that it's like we are the army and we're her all at once. We have the free will. We have the free will to turn a blind eye to all of this and pretend it's not there and then go live a mundane life. You have that free will. You can totally try to ignore it. You can do that. You don't have to get up and be the light warrior. You don't have to pray for the world. You don't have to do any of that. And guess what? You know, like, religion teaches that God is vengeful. God is angry. God is vengeful. But also God is loving. But God is loving only if you do this. Otherwise, God is vengeful. But see, the true God source, there is none of that. There is none of that. That's why we have free will. You're not going to get reprimanded or slapped on the hand by the universe for choosing to turn a blind eye or to go the opposite direction. Because a lot of people will do that in the coming future. They will try to opt out, ignore it. And if it just becomes too much for them to handle, they will, through their soul, they will, basically it's like tapping out. Like, I came here to do this work, but it's too much, I tap out. And what will happen is either they will transition out, manifest like an illness, a sickness, you know, some kind of accident. Like, I don't want to get dark or anything, but it's not dark, it's truth. It just is what it is, it's truth. That's what happens. You know? Either that, or what I see, and I'm going to be doing a reading about this too, what I see is in the not too far future, in the coming months, there will be an influx, a flood of very, very like high-powered souls. Like ancient souls, masterful souls. They're going to come down and they're going to, it's called a walk-in soul. So they walk into an already like adult body that's got a life and a career and is functioning in this world. They come in and it's a soul swap. This takes a while though. The soul starts coming in, the walk-in soul starts coming in, and it's an agreement between the souls. And if the higher self soul is like, yep, we're leaving, that they wanna go, okay, then it will be like a soul swap. But the integration takes a while, okay? It's not just the soul comes in and the soul goes out and then there you go. No. The soul comes in, and just like ascension, it's all about integration, slowly but surely. It's a process. So I see a lot of that though. I see a lot of walk-in souls coming in to basically finish the job or finish the work and to help, because people are, and again, if it's like souls that are like that, if they're saying that, you know what I mean? It's not like, it just is what it is. It's just, I'm not completing I'm not going to be able to complete this contract. And I thought that I could, and it's no big deal. And I want to go back. I want to go back into the 5D. That's it. So anyways, my point of all that is like, I'm not scared. I'm not fearful. Like, this does not scare me. These guys right here, they do not scare me. Not one bit. Not even a flinch. Not even a flinch. This guy right here, he could show up in my front yard right now, and I would go out and I would be like, come at me, bro. Come on. Let me blast you with some light. Let me Care Bear you with love. It's crazy. That's why I say, like, I'm like a little chihuahua. Because, you know, I'm a small person, I'm short, and like I'm only 5'2", like, you know, like but I'm not, and that's you and you and you and you and all of you. You are the warriors. And we are gonna start seeing, you know, like these attacks, like psychic attacks, like it's pretty intense right now. And as long as we are grounded, and we are grounded in our, you know, we're integrated, we're grounded, we're consciously every day, you know, we're hydrated, we're drinking water, we're moving our bodies, we're getting energy out, you know, we're not like a wound up doll. Now I know some of you guys might feel that way right now, and I can feel that. I can feel the wound up energy in here, not just in the live chat. I'm like, whoever watches this through all space and time, I can feel the wound up energy. You've been wound up for so long. It's like, it's hard to come back down. It's hard to unwind because you're overstimulated, nervous system, high cortisol levels, like all this stuff, blocked chakras, energy stuck. It's not flowing, and you feel like a mess. You feel like I need to, you know, like you may feel like, oh my God, my body's like falling apart on me or something. You know, I'm having pain here and tension here and spasms here and this and that, you know. So a lot of times, literally, the medicine is just to breathe, like real breath work. Not just breathing in and out of your nose in meditation. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about breath work exercises and breath work. tantric breath breathing, like all the things, working with your inner, like your kundalini, working with your like inner, like your it's like the golden serpent and the silver serpent, the feminine and masculine, and those rising up through breath. Like it's really like, that's what I'm talking about. And through the breath, our breath is actually medicine. We can heal everything in our bodies through breath work. And obviously also holistic healing medicines, herbs, the earth, things like that. But there's something about just like breathing. But as long as we are grounded and anchored, which I'm not even there yet, you guys, like I'm still, it's so intense what we're receiving. So I'm working like extra overtime on me and my grounding and breathing and integration. I'm spending more time daily doing that because I have to. Otherwise I'm going to go freaking crazy. And that's how you'll feel. You'll feel scatterbrain crazy. And what happens is you'll start going into a spiritual psychosis where you literally have a hard, like your discernment is gone almost, because and then you start getting maybe even paranoid. Like you don't know what's real and what's not. And there's a lot of light workers walking right now around that are in that kind of, you know, temporary spiritual psychosis where they're so ungrounded and they've spent so much time in the higher chakras and ethereal realm and ether that they're having a really hard time coming back down to earth in their body and in their life and in their mind and in their heart. So, you know, if that's you, like you're having a really hard time like grounding and like, you know, I mean, I don't know, like you might look at a bird that lands and, you know, you know, maybe a year ago, you're like, oh, this beautiful bird. And, you know, in a spiritual psychosis, you might start going into places like that bird. Maybe it's, you know, a spy, or trust me, I see it all the time. I see it all the time. And all we need to do is come back into our hearts and ground. If you guys are feeling like you're having a really hard time with this right now, because the energy flow and it's coming in, it's not stopping. So we have to be the ones to acclimate and integrate to this new high-powered frequency energy that we're receiving daily. Like this is like the new earth, like that's what we're receiving, right? Like a year, 2 years, 3 years, we weren't receiving all that from the sun and things like that, right? So it's up to us to do that. Anyways, you guys know how to reach me, okay? Everything's always in the description box, my email and services and everything, you know, like please feel free to reach out because it is intense and it is okay to need help and assistance. That's another thing, spiritual ego. We got to let go of spiritual ego too, like that. Like, oh, well, you know, like I know I'm a powerful healer and I know, you know, I'm a Reiki master and I know I'm a powerful oracle and I don't need anyone's help and I'm capable of healing everything on my own. And I know as a cosmic being, I can heal anything. And you know what I mean? But like, hey, that's why we're all here together, because we all have different abilities and gifts. My psychic energy and my psychic gifts are not going to be the same as anyone else on earth because of what I'm tuning into, my channels, what I'm, you know, the collective of people I'm here to help versus another psychic who channels very differently or very different things, different personality, different kind of niche. And also, right now, because in the beginning, Spirit's like, it's time to step up and be seen. Okay, like we're done with the open air prison. We're done with these energies just coming in and doing whatever they please, whatever they want. Oh, it's no big deal. We'll just, you know, burn down an entire city and, you know, we will unalive, you know, probably about 100 people and whatever. Just go do it. Like, that is insanity. That is a tyrant. That is evil. And so we are the only ones in between them and the unawakened souls, the planet, the animals. We are the front line. We are the history makers, Like I posted a thing on my Instagram. I think I posted it here too, maybe. But it was like a thing about like, you know, like we're the ones, the outcasts of society. And like we've been, you know, like everyone thinks we're weird and like we've lost our minds and we're conspiracy theorists and all this shit. But now people are starting to see that what we've been talking about is actually true, right? But we are the ones that, you know, we are the ones that meditate. We are the ones that pray. We are the ones that connect to the spiritual side. And we're the ones that also have been shunned from people and judged and all that, right? But we know deep down that there will come a day where everyone, and a lot of it will come out and everyone will see. And that day and time is here. It's now. And as we move forward, Lionsgate was kind of like, I don't know, like a marker. It's a turning point. Thank you. It's a turning point. It's bringing in massive alignment of a golden timeline. I've been talking about this in my readings the last few days of the vision I had of, it's like a freeway. Think of like a big freeway, but the freeway is all made of gold. Okay? Like a golden freeway. That is the timeline. That's what I saw. It's like a huge open path, a road that's all golds, and that is coming and being gridded and locked in. Like it's already here. It's already done. And I knew, you guys, I said, I posted a video, like a reel on Instagram, and I think I shared it here on the shorts like last week or a few days ago, and I was like, or no, it wasn't a reel, it was from my iPhone notes. It was a download, like a channeled message. And I was like, I'm tuning in, and what I'm receiving with the week of Lionsgate, it's really beautiful. There's a lot of beautiful alignment and a lot of beautiful things happening for us, you guys. I'm doing readings about it. It's just, it is what it is. It's time. It's karma. Karma is collecting her debts right now, and she's also paying. So, you know, we're getting hit, or this is coming back up, or we got to balance this karma, or whatever happens, you know. It could be someone from like 10 years ago who owed you money, and you're like, and they resurface, and they just like send, you know, or like they reach out and they're like, hey, like, can I have your Venmo? Because I want to Venmo you the money I owe you. And you're like, oh my God, I forgot all about that. Like, that's so long ago. But they remembered it. It was some kind of unfinished business from the past. And yes, things as simple and little as that come back up to be balanced. So anyways, now I don't remember why I was saying that. But you guys catch my drift on all the things, okay? So I love you guys so much. If you guys want to join our Lionsgate workshop, it's only the tickets are only $44, and the experience is about 2 hours. And if you can't make the live, the recording is just as powerful. Like I said, quantum is quantum. Everything is in real time. Time doesn't exist there. But we would love to have you. And if you're interested, just email. I'm posting and talking about it in my readings, and I posted on the Gypsy Cowgirl like posting page for the community. But just email me, GypsyCowgirlTarot@gmail.com if you're feeling it. We would love to have you. And I'm excited because I know I need this. I need this. So during the workshops, it's like I'm channeling, but I'm also receiving the things, and I'm going through stuff too. Maybe not on the same level you guys are, because you're just like totally able to like be fully immersed and have that full experience. But I'm excited because I'm like, you know, there's some things that I'm trying to move through, and I'm trying to release from past stuff and purge out, and like there's stuff in my heart I can feel that I've been, and I just did a really huge release just like yesterday or the day before with this raw malachite I just got. So powerful. I've never had, it was like an instant release on my heart and my throat. Because I put like this is like a mixture of like copper, azurite. But I put these raw, and I like raw. I mean, I have obviously polished and beautiful crystals, Lemurian. This is Lemurian crystal tower. Like but I love raw. I love the raw crystals, and this malachite is so powerful. When you take it in the sun, it's green. It's like a hunter green, and then it's got like really pretty like. Anyways, when you take it in the sun, it's like glitter. Like it just glitters full of green. It's so pretty, sparkly. But I was intuitively, and that's what my intuitive healing sessions, that's like the work I do. I do light, I do all kinds of stuff. Whatever I'm intuitively guided to do to help the client. So I was intuitively guided to try this because I was like, I can feel it. I have a massive block in my throat, and I have my heart. My heart has been bothering me, like my heart chakra. And so I'm trying to purge and clear. But even me, you guys, like, I'm not saying I'm like this master or whatever or anything, but I'm pretty good at like alchemy and transmuting at this point. And I've been having a hard time clearing my heart and my solar plexus. So I just was like, I'm gonna try this. And then sure as heck, like 2 minutes in, like on my throat, I was coughing. I started coughing. I had like a big coughing fit. I couldn't stop coughing. And it was like really deep coughing coming from my throat chakra. And then I kind of started choking a little bit, like, like, oh my God, like I was coughing so hard. And so then that calmed down, and then I laid down again, and then my heart went off. Then my heart chakra started, it is like a fountain. It's like a pop, boom. And when I clear the block, it like, you know, a lot of times people are like, holy shit, I felt that. I felt like the boom, like the pop. And you feel it. You feel the blockage go boom, like it just releases. And then you feel all of the stuff that it was suppressing, just like a fountain coming up, emotion and these feelings, right? And so then you start feeling it, all the suppressed stuff, and it just hits you. It hits you like a ton of bricks. And so I just started bawling my eyes out, but it was so, I needed it. I was so thankful and grateful. So I can't wait to try that with a client and, you know, etc. But at home, yourself, using your crystals, you know, it is, I don't know, just think of me as like the spiritual gift advocate right now. I'm like, you got to tune in with your gifts. You got to use your gifts, you know, like you got to tune in. We got to be intentional every single day right now about pushing light in, anchoring the light, having compassion, not watching, you know, the negative fear mongering propaganda, anything that's like the news. Try staying away from like dark, heavy, like stuff on TV or movies. You know, don't be like Erica watching like, you know, I just recently watched, not that long ago, Freddy Krueger, but listen, I'm like, I love horror movies and I always will. But you know, well, when I was watching it, I completely, before I turned it on, because I know all the things now, I shielded myself like crazy from it. So I suggest that too. If you're going to watch something like that, like a scary movie or something like that, that like you're like, I've been watching these movies since I was young. I really like them. Make sure you're protecting yourself before you do it. And I don't know. So that is, I guess, the end of today's rant. But it wasn't a rant. It was like calling all light workers. It's time for us to link arms. Which, by the way, I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to leave the earth that we, you know, I'm like the linking of arms around the earth. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to leave that. And if you want to leave it, you can leave it. You can be like, I'm going to unlink from this, and I'm, you know, I send love, but I'm unlinking from this. But I'm going to go ahead and like, we're just going to leave it, and we're just going to let that infuse. And I'm good with it. I'm good with that little energy of me helping to do that while I carry on in my life, you know? So let me go ahead and read a few of these comments here, because I know I'm like missing them, and then I'll let you guys go. Okay. So Painted Doll says, thank you, Erica, and everyone for sending healing energy to the world today. You're very welcome, and thank you for doing the same. Thank you so much. Like, this is the work we're here to do. I know I keep saying that. I sound like a broken record, but it's just because, I don't know, like I wish I had a megaphone that was big enough to where I could like rise up in the sky and use the megaphone and speak to every soul upon earth all at once. You know what I mean? Like that's like what I'm seeing right now, you know? But in all honesty, with our gifts, with our light, with our imagination, our intention, our focus, our heart, our love, our compassion, our empathy, our forgiveness, You know, that is the megaphone that really reaches far and wide. So, but anyways, thank you guys. Thank you. Many blessings, love and light to you, Erica, and many blessings, love and light to everyone in the chat and everyone in the multiverse. Beautiful. Thank you. I remember when you said a while back to picture ourselves wrapped in purple violet light and picture it coming from a dragon. I still do that every now and then. Beautiful. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Perfect. Thank you for bringing that up. Yep. That's another really powerful way to protect yourself and to transmute like density, you know? Ugh. I just want to shake off all the energetic shit from the day that I picked up from everyone and everything. So I'm going to call my dragons and I'm going to wrap myself in the, you can use the violet flame or fire or light, or lavender works really well. I like, you know, just depending, I don't know. Sometimes I use lavender, sometimes I use violet. And I will see my dragon using its fire, swirling around me, creating the fire ring, and then swirling around me like with its fire, like an ice cream sundae or something, swirling around me, you know? So I'm totally protected, and everything else just gets burned away. Like that, like instantaneously. It's gone. And then you're protected. Oh, Monica, you're so sweet. You're so welcome. Yes, creator is unconditional love. Absolutely. Monica says, my body's been going through it. Oh, you're getting a massage today. Perfect. See, that's wonderful. That's a form of self-love. By the way, like when you pay for a massage, I want to bring this up. Every time we do a money exchange for something that is good for, it's like a form of self-love, or it makes us really happy, that amount of money, like that energy, it will come back to you multiplied. It's it's literally like, all right, I'm going to do something amazing for myself. And I also know that because I'm doing something amazing for myself that feels so good and it's a form of self-love, that's going to come back to me multiplied in good karma. It's so cool. Johanna. Hi, Johanna, sweetheart. What you talk about now is exactly what I experienced in November 2023. I didn't know the importance of grounding, but now I know a hard lesson. Oh, in 20. Oh, you mean when you were stuck in the ethers? Yep. Yeah. A lot of accelerated awakenings are happening right now through this global grand rising. So it's a lot of it's fast spiritual acceleration. And so like if you've been, you know, and just, so there's a lot of souls who are waking up, you know, people waking up today, you know, yesterday, last week, you know, right? So it's intense. It really is. And and that's a part of the initiation is learning discernment with your own gifts and your energy. And, you know, that's kind of like, I think a tipping point. Like, so when you first start awakening, you're like this really happy, like you kind of, maybe something horrible happens, right? That kind of maybe knocks you open, but then you start going into your journey and then you start seeing all the angel numbers and all the confirmations, and then you're guided to tarot and watch readings on YouTube. And that's like the basic kind of stuff that people are really guided to. Law of attraction books, like stuff like that, like The Secret or Dr. Joe Dispenza, Dr. Wayne Dyer, Dolores Cannon, like these, Esther Hicks, these are all like the basics. It's like, you know, like, you're starting your spiritual awakening 101, you know, here's a little toolkit for when you start your awakening. And in the toolkit, I would put, you know, YouTube, like all the things I just said, right? Like this is a beginner pack for awakening. And so that's like the beginning first, like phases of ascension, basically, right? But your crown chakra has been activated. Your heart's been woken up again, but your crown is what's really activated. So, you know, and this is where the lessons of discernment and grounding and all that goes is, so that's when you start putting 2 and 2 together. Oh, I got to do this and breathe and meditate to integrate this, because if I don't, it all just sits like in the top of my crown, creating massive imbalance, and I feel insane. Like, yep, absolutely. The spiritual psychosis is for real, for real. Another form of spiritual psychosis is people that like literally they go, you know, they literally like they spiritual bypass. They don't do any kind of work, but they are like, I don't know, presenting themselves as, you know, in a different way or something. Like that can also be a form of it. But when I say it, I mean like that, where you're like, where you're like so like you can't tell left or right. Like you really are, is this my intuition? Or, and then I've seen it where the paranoia, it's like a paranoid energy kicks in. Because when we're ungrounded, we are easily attacked. So sometimes when that happens, you're ungrounded and you've got, right, all this energy swirling around in your third eye and your crown and the higher chakras. You're not feeling the best. You're wobbly. Your energy's wobbly. Your aura is like not strong. So that's when you're easily susceptible to attack. So that's often when you'll start getting dark thoughts, like provoking thoughts or dark thoughts, like, you know, like, and that could be a part of the paranoia, is the infiltration. So, but once you like get yourself back and you like snap out of it and you start breathing, oops, and you ground and you do all the things, you know, then that stops. So yeah, it's wild. This journey is wild. That's why like I see people that are like, oh yeah, I'm you know, awakening and I'm like on my twin flame journey and I'm doing this, and you know, and they're just like all like, I don't know. I can smell inauthentic bullshit from so far away. It's not even funny. That's why I don't follow a lot of people, like especially spiritual pages and readers. I don't, because I just noticed a lot of them are full of beep. And that's okay. I just choose not to engage with it and be a part of it. But everyone teach their own. You know, eventually it'll catch up and they will be forced into more of a surrender energy to help them heal and ascend, which is what I pray for. But the amount of that kind of energy out there, it's crazy. So good, Johanna, I'm glad. I cried so much yesterday, so much sadness for everyone that is deep asleep in the world. Yeah, I know, it's really hard on me too. I feel that, Johanna. I really do. I feel that 100%. I feel that. That is something that is, you know, and again, it's just, we just got to anchor more, but yeah, we just feel for everyone and everything so strongly. Trust me, I have shed so many tears. I've bawled my eyes out praying for you guys. Like I'll sit down and like, you know, pray for the collective, everyone who, you know, is a part of the soul family that, you know, is going to join through all space and time. And I go into like every soul on earth and like, but then when I like go into it, like it triggers that like empathy, and it's a lot. And but that's why I'm like showing up here like today, like that rattled me. Like that was not rattled, like, you know, but it upset me. Like, all right, you mother effers, enough is enough. Like, that's how I felt. I felt protective. That's how I felt. It made me rise up and go, okay, I'm going to go on YouTube right now and I'm going to go live and I'm going to call all my light warriors in. You see, you watched, you keep doing what you're doing. I'm calling all my light warriors, not my light warriors. I'm calling all our, you know, our family. I'm calling everyone in. I'm calling in reinforcements. Because that is the biggest advantage of being on YouTube or having a platform where you have thousands of people out there that, you know, because you can bring a very powerful message and seed it into the collective, and then they take it and they seed it, and then other people take it and they seed it, and then before you know it, you know what I mean? So that's how I see it. That's how my vision works, or my, you know, my mind. That's how my mind, my vision, my heart, and everything I see, that's how it works. I connect to you, but then you go and you connect to other people, etc. And so it's, you know, and so for me, that's like my favorite part, besides like just meeting you guys and being able to talk with you and, you know, and bring you readings and things to help or however I can. But I love that. I love that we can call on our spiritual army and everyone shows up and is like, all right, we're here. You know, I know there's only 26 people in the chat right now, but people will watch this because I'm going to title it like a reading after this. I'm going to edit it and title it like a reading. So more people will watch it. But the souls that do, you know, those are the ones that were meant to. You're here. I know you guys are here. I love it. My kids asked what I was doing, and when I told her, she said she's picturing herself picking up the lake and splashing it on the fires in France. Beautiful. Gosh, I love children so much. I love children so much. Literally, children are like kids. I said our kids, like I don't have any children in this lifetime yet, but this is why I love children, because they are seriously like the most powerful teachers for us. They really are. Like, she just came right on in and was like, yep. So I'm picturing she's using her imagination and she's using her intention and her heart. That is beautiful. That is light work. That is powerful. And she's like, I'm just going to go ahead and pick up this whole lake and just splash it on France, on the fires. That is the work we do. And when she does that, she's doing work. It's so cool. Thank you for sharing that. Hello, Reading Tarot with Shani. We're here. Yes, we are. Thank you for being here. Oh, I'm good. I'm glad, Christina. I'm glad that this live helped and reminded you to ground. And sorry, my phone kind of... My little like phone holder, it broke. So I'm literally just propping my phone up like on my desk, like with like a thing behind it. But this is actually when I first started YouTube. You know, I didn't have a ring light or a holder or anything. Like this is what I did. I just propped my phone up and I recorded. Like, it was so simple. It's still simple. I don't do like all kinds of editing on, I've edited like, personal readings, like for like sound and things like that. But on the YouTube videos, I don't do anything. They just go right. No microphone, no nothing, just very... The familia. Yes, absolutely. Love and light from Oz. Ah, welcome in, Jackie. Thank you. Reading the lighthouse. Yep. The dragon is strong right now. I feel the warrior inside myself getting ready. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Your dragon is rising. Yeah, so we have our inner dragons. You know, like it's that fire, like that, like we're not going to come at you like in a vengeful, like dark, like, you know, malicious way. We are going to alchemize and transmute you, and we're going to forgive everything you've ever done, and we're going to send love to you, and we're going to love you no matter what, because you know what? We're going to send that love to you because that's who we are. Hello, Sarah Smiles. Welcome, sweetheart. I love the sunflower and the bee and the yellow heart. I love that. I love the bees and the sunflowers and the yellow. I love the simple though. And yes, I read the late comment and smiles. Oh, beautiful. Yep, exactly. The children, man. That's why I'm like, because I have a spirit baby, a little boy. If you guys have been with me for a little bit, you guys have heard me talk about him a lot. He's been with me for a while. But that spirit baby, he's a spirit baby of me and my twin flame. He's our son. So the only way he will incarnate is union between me and my twin flame. He can't incarnate if I'm in union with someone else, which I'm not worried about that, because you know, in these journeys, that's what it is. It's surrender. You get into the place where you are just so fully back with self, and all these things that you've long forgotten and lost about yourself for so long, you come back into union with all that, and you're not like worried about, like, you're not energetically chasing, you're not doing anything. So my heart is wide open to divine union and a beautiful divine masculine king, because I know my work and where I'm going, and I need him by my side. I need my beloved amor, and to anchor and grid, and to keep me grounded, and to help me anchor, and to protect me. And I will be protecting him and anchoring him, and I will be protecting him through my visions, through my gifts. That's how I will protect us, our family, and the all, you know. And then he protects in a more physical way and anchors in that way, right? So that's kind of, but I'm not like, oh, where's my twin? Because, you know, our spirit baby wants to incarnate. Where are you? You know, I'm like, hey, buddy, like, I would love for you to incarnate, but if you're just going to be mama's little spirit buddy and angel and like help me out throughout this incarnation, that's okay too. So I don't know. We shall see. But I don't even know why I started talking about the spirit baby, but oh, because of the children, because of the comment. That's why. But anyways, my loves, I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here and just hanging out on this impromptu, very random live. Because I had like 3 more readings I need to record. I need to record Aries because I have stuff coming through for Aries, the collective of Aries. So their zodiac is next. And then I have a love message I need to record right now after this. I'm going to take a break. So they're coming. But when I hop off here, there's already a video that's uploaded and I need to just make it from private to public. So you guys will see it. And that video, what was that about? Now I'm like, it was a message that was coming through. I was like, oh my God. Oh, yeah, it was a huge message. It was for who it's for. You completed a huge karmic cycle of healing. Like a process of healing. You just completed a huge karmic process of healing. That's why you feel like the way you've been feeling and you've been going through everything, right? But it's confirmation that you've completed this healing process of the karma attached to whatever cycles you've been moving through since birth. So this really is like your life. It's like the middle of your book of life. Like the first half is done. And now a new story begins. And it's fresh pages, fresh, clean pages, empty, blank, clean slate pages. So it's like Lionsgate is aligning in this timeline or whatever you want to say, right? That brings in the rest of your book. And the book is not written, even though you've seen future timelines. So now it's like you're single-handedly writing out your next week. Next week, you could manifest your week next week right now. Start, okay? It's really crazy. Like, you know, in the next 5 days, I want to be here or I want to be doing this or, you know, a week from now and next week I'm going to, you know, this is going to come in and, you know, whatever it is. So anyways, I love you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, so Sarah says she feels like her DM like flies over and protects. And no, that doesn't sound crazy at all. So yeah, they can, you know, it's the higher self. It's the higher self. So the higher self will often come in and protect. You know, like I've had like out of body experiences, or I don't even know what you would call it. Like I've had experiences where like I literally like transported like energetically into my twin's body. And I didn't even try to, it just happened one day. And then all of a sudden it was like I was him. So like I could see his hands, but they were like my hands. And I could see through his eyes. And I was taught, like it was like I went into him, but it was really just like, it wasn't like I went into him or took him over. It was a possession. It was nothing like that. A true twin flame journey. It's like, it's you in another body basically. Right. So, yeah, it was crazy. Like I could see everything, like in that moment of whatever he was doing, I could see everything. He was at home and there was people around and I could see his daughters and like, you know, it was just really crazy. Like I was like, holy shit. But anyways, it wasn't on purpose either. It just happened. And then I like transported back and then that was over. So, but nope, there's literally nothing that anyone can say to me. There's nothing. Like I might go, oh my God, that's nuts. But like, the shock factor or the no, that's crazy, like that doesn't exist for me anymore. Like there's nothing people could say or be like, I did this, I saw this, and you know, I'd be like, that's so cool, but like would it be like you're crazy? Never. No, never. So thank you for sharing that, Sarah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that's all soul connections. That's also connections. You can have a pet, a dog that you had as a pet that's in like the spiritual realm, and the dog comes in and watches over you, protects you. It's like the same thing. Or a loved one, it's the same thing in the spiritual realm with the higher selves, the oversoul, or whatever you want to say. They can come in. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, guys. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for the prayers for France and all of the lands of earth and waters of earth. Thank you for working, and with the Lionsgate portal, like what we did with like wrapping all of our arms around the earth and lighting up and fusing the earth as we held her like as a one together, like that's so powerful. That's so powerful. So you can go and do that work on your own, envision yourself holding the earth, and you know, or just visualizing you wrapping light, like a ring of light around the earth. I often will use my dragons, of course. Like the dragons are already doing the work, right? But like I'll call on the dragons and I will have them like, you know, go around earth or to certain places. We hold so much power and magic. It's insane. And most of us now, after this Lionsgate portal, we are now in our journey leveled up in a massive way. And our lives are going to be changing drastically, by the way, for many. Absolutely. Very drastically. Okay? Big alignment. But this is the moment where we really are being called. And you're going to hear me talking a lot about this in the next few weeks. And, you know, this next level is all about it's the embodiment. It's like the full embodiment. The cosmic mystic and the human being vessel together as one, unified as one, living as one. Like you're not going to go to work and pretend to be someone you're not anymore. You're going to go to work and you're going to be owning it fully. And if you being authentic triggers, or, you know, it threatens like things like you lose your job or this is what happens in karmic partnerships all the time. Someone awakens and they drift apart and it's all, you know what I mean? Because the other, you know what I mean? So listen, anything unaligned must go. Anything, any situation, any person where you're dimming yourself or holding yourself back or not stepping fully into what you feel like your soul's pulling you to do. Okay? Like that tells you right there. We ain't faking it till we making it anymore. We can't even do that. We can't even fake it anymore. Like, you know, okay, I know that's an issue and a problem. I'll get to it at some point when it's the right time. The universe is now going, I don't think so. There's no such thing as well, I mean, there's divine timing, but you know what I mean. We're saying you got to do this right now. So anyways, okay. Alrighty, so let's see. We have, hope you are doing well, my beautiful cowgirl. May God keep blessing you. Oh, thank you. That was very sweet, Golden God. I appreciate that. Right back at you. I hope you're doing well. Thank you, Monica and Johanna and everyone else who's just hanging out. 23 people in here in the chat right now. Thank you, Mio Morris, for hanging out, for being the beautiful starlights upon the wall. And yeah, so I'm going to go take a break and I'm going to go breathe and then maybe try to record another video for today. And then I don't know, but I love you guys. Thank you so much. And, just know like how powerful you are and the difference that you can make very easily by just tuning in and thinking and sending with intention and using your imagination. It is just such a big deal. It's huge. It's big. So thank you. Okay. I love you guys. Happy Lionsgate week. Again, if you want to sign up for the portal workshop, just email me, gypsycowgirltarot@gmail.com. This one's going to be a really fun one and just really cool. We've never worked with the Syrians before, and this portal is all about the sun alignment with, you know, the Sirius star and the pyramids and right? So anyways, big deal. So it opens on the 8th, like big time. It's already open, but it like big time opens, like, right? And all of the energy flows through. So when it peaks, like that's kind of what happens. It's like a flood of the energy or something, I guess. That's how I see it anyways. I don't know. I'm not like an expert, but that's how I see it intuitively and feel it. And then the next morning, like the 9th with the full moon, that's when the full moon peaks. So we're doing the workshop with the full moon and the peak energies of Lionsgate. When I got the call, I was thinking that we'd be doing it like the weekend before. I don't know why I was thinking that. But then when I was like, let me look at the calendar. And then I looked and I was like, oh my gosh, Lionsgate's on a Friday. This is perfect. We can do it on the 9th. So anyways, okay, I'll stop jabbering your ears off about all that. So have a beautiful, beautiful day, everyone. Johanna, I'll see you at the workshop. Love, thank you, as always, for signing up for the workshop experiences. They're really cool. They are. So anyways, guys, okay, have a wonderful day, a morning, evening, night. Thank you, Meow Moors. Sending love and prayers. And remember, the darker timelines and the things that we're seeing right now, us and us alone have the ability to collapse every single last one of those timelines that these things are happening upon. And that's what we're doing here. So don't be afraid of your power. It's time to use it. It's time to use it to save this planet and world, and to protect this planet and world, and to protect all of us. Because they're trying to push in dark timelines and we're trying to push them out. We are transmuting and alchemizing them through love and compassion and all the things. And so they're trying, you know what I mean? So it's a battle. Even though they lost, it's still, you know, the battle is still playing out. So anyways, okay. I love you guys. Have a beautiful day. Mwah. Namaste. Bye.